Hey, what's up guys? So a bunch of new Yu-Gi-Oh cards came out. There's new Synchros, there is new Timelords, also new number cards for you number hunters. But anyways, let me go from left to right. There's a bunch of new cards that we actually covered yesterday. If you guys didn't check those out, I'll leave it down below in the description box. But we got new Spiral stuff as well, so let's go ahead and get started with our new card, Spiral Mission Rescue. So it's a continuous trap card that says destroy this card during your third end phase after activation. Once per turn, you get to target one Spiral monster in your graveyard, return it to the hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Spiral monster in your graveyard and special summon it. You can only control one Spiral Mission Rescue. Well, that's actually a pretty good card. For multiple turns, you're able to just add one Spiral for free from your graveyard. That's actually a pretty decent little effect. They're getting a lot better support. Next up, we got Amazon support. You guys know I want them to be good. But anyways, it's the Amazon Spy, so level 3, 800 attack, 1200 defense points. You can only use this card's first effect once per turn. You can reveal one other Amazoness monster in your hand to special summon this card from your hand. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you get to target one Amazoness monster in your graveyard, except for Amazon Spy, either add to your hand or shuffle it into the deck. Okay, not like the most insane card, just like utility for the deck. Next up though, there's AzneyesWhitedragon, so it's a new Synchro Pendulum. But anyways, okay, so it's level 8, pendulum scale of 10, 3000 attack, 2500 defense points. So its pendulum effect is once per turn. If a monster you control battles an opponent's monster before damage calculation, you can make that monster you control gain attack equal to the current attack of the opponent's monster it is battling until the end of the damage step, even if this card leaves the field. The monster effect says, well, I guess this is more so its summoning conditions first off, is one dark tuner and one non-tuner clear wing monster. If this card in the monster is destroyed, you can place it in your pendulum zone. You can only use each of the following effects of AzneyesWhitedragon once per turn. So the first part of it says, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls. It has its effects negated until the end of this turn. The other part says, during either player's battle phase, if this card was Synchro summoned, you can destroy all level 5 or higher monsters your opponent controls. I feel like that's kind of weak on battle phase. If it was like at the main phase, that would be much better. But nonetheless, kind of cool. I like the artwork on it. Almost reminds me of like a Gundam version of AzneyesWhitedragon. But next up, we have White Aura Whale. Anyways, it's a new water synchro that's a fish that's level 8, 2800 attack, 2000 defense points. Its materials require you to have a water tuner and one or more non-tuner water monsters. So when the card is synchro summoned, you get to destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls. That's pretty good. And this card can make a second attack on monsters during each battle phase. And then if it attacks a defense position, you get to deal piercing. And then if this card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card or by battle or by card effect and sent to your graveyard, you can banish one other water monster from your graveyard to special summon this card. And if you do, it is treated as a tuner. Whoa, that's pretty cool that you can make a comeback, and it's also a tuner. I don't know if they're going to come out with extra synchros. Level 12 synchros? I don't know, for waters. But that's interesting. That's definitely not a bad card. A level 8 tuner would be very nice to have. Unfortunately, you have to have a water tuner to bust out this guy. I don't know, maybe I'll throw it in Mermail's level eater off the Megalo with Diva. I don't know, maybe I'll try to make him. I don't know, he definitely doesn't seem like a bad card at all. But this is coming in Collector's Pack 2017. For OCG. But anyways, next up we got some Timelords. I'm interested to see if this will all be an archetype that we can actually just play in an archetype, like a deck, just other than tech. I know sometimes Burn players played the Timelords back in the day, but let's check them out. So anyways, this is the Lazion, the Timelord. It's the fire one, so it's level 10, 0/0, which is pretty much most of their stats anyways. But anyways, it cannot be special summoned from the deck. If you control no monsters, you can normal summon this card without attributing. Can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects. You take no battle damage from attacks involving this card. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battled, shuffle all cards in your opponent's graveyard into the deck. Once per turn, if your opponent draws a card or cards, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. Once per turn during your standby phase, shuffle this card into the deck. So it lets you burn for 1,000, and then on top of that, you're able to reset their graveyard. That's kind of a cool little effect for Lazion. Next up we have Zophion, the water one. So I'm not going to go over like the main effect most of the Time Lords have. I believe all of them have this one. But, except for like Medi on the Time Lord, because I think that one's kind of like an exception. I don't know. Anyways, cannot be special summoned. If controlling monsters, you normal summon. It can't be destroyed by battle by card effects. I'm not going to go over that anymore. But anyways, this card's effect is, at the end of the battle phase, if this card battles, shuffle all spell and trap cards your opponent controls into the deck. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can draw one card. Once per turn in your standby phase, shuffle this card to the deck. So again, this part will probably be in most of the Time Lords. But this one gets rid of all of the spell and the traps. So I guess one of them is getting rid of the graveyard, one of them getting rid of the spell and traps, probably one of them is going to get rid of the monsters. I don't know how viable this card is though. I mean, if it was like maybe all cards in their hand too, but it's all of them that control. So if it's anything that's going to destroy this card, well, they're probably not going to be able to activate it anyways. But nonetheless, I don't think it's going to see too much use. Maybe against some cheese decks, I don't know, because more than likely your opponent's just going to activate anything. Like, it'd be really nice if Paleozoic set a bunch of cards and you're like, attack into it, and they're like, oh no. But I don't know. maybe people will side Daggers, but I think Daggosaka is already good enough. But you guys let me know. Would you side this against Paleozoics? If you could pull it off, it'd be pretty nasty. But anyways, next up we have Sadion, the Wind one. So, normal summon without attributing, can't be destroyed, okay, blah blah. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battled and you have less than 4,000 life points, your life points become 4,000. Once per turn, standby phase, shuffle it. Okay, so this one heals you up for potentially 3,900. Not too bad. I'm trying to think of like if there's any crazy combos where you can lower life points and then get a huge boost and then do something crazy with it, but I don't think there's really anything too crazy with this card. But if you guys have any combos, let me know if you guys can combo with him. Alright, next up we have Kamion, the Earth one. So pretty much, again, the same conditions of summoning it, you normal summon without attributing. And then, okay, so this card's effect, at the end of the battle phase, if this card battled, shuffle one card your opponent controls into the deck, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation. Once per turn in your standby phase, shuffle this card into the deck. So this one lets you bounce one. I don't know about that. Those were the Time Lords though that we got now. So I don't know how I feel about them. I feel like you can't really make a deck revolving around them yet, but who knows? Maybe there's going to be like some crazy continuous spell or trap to make them more viable. But I don't see them good at the moment. But if you guys, again, have any combos with them, let me know, because I'll try them out. Next up, we have White Moray. It's a new water monster coming out. It's a level 2, 600 attack, 200 defense. During the turn this card was normal summoned, it can attack directly. Wow, 600! But it says if this card is special summoned from the graveyard, you can treat this card as a tuner until the end of the turn. Oh, maybe you know what this card it might be kind of for? It's for making like the white aura card, which this card is definitely not bad at all. But I don't know if I would. I don't know what deck's gonna make really good use of this. But oh, we got another synchro. We got the white aura Dolphin. So it is a fish synchro. Level 6, 2400 attack, 1000 defense. It requires one tuner and one or more non-tuner monsters, so pretty much any deck can make it. And it says once per turn, you get to target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes half of its original attack until the end of this turn. If this card you control is destroyed by opponent's card, by battle or by card effect, and sent to your graveyard, you get to banish one other monster, a water monster in your graveyard to special summon this card. If you do, it is treated as a tuner. Oh, okay. So I guess like it's kind of a stepping stone. Like maybe, well, I guess you would have to normal summon this card. Or can I don't know. I think the attack directly thing is kind of like terrible. Like I know it's better than nothing, but it's still like not that great. But I guess like once this card dies, it comes back and then you summon something else and then you try to make the white aura. I get how they were going with it. I guess the dolphins evolve into whales in the future. Anyways, next up, we have number 68, Fiendish Sky Prison Sandolphin. Oh, is this a dolphin? Sandolphin? Anyways, a monster that's a rock, dark, rank 8, 2100 attack, 2700 defense points. Its materials are 2 level 8 monsters, so it gains 100 attack and defense for each monster in the graveyard. So that's both players. That's actually looking pretty good. Lawn mowing next door. Oh man, this card would get beefed up really fast. And it already has 2100. Anyways, once per turn, you get to detach one material from this card until the end of your opponent's turn. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, monsters cannot be special summoned from the graveyard. Oh, that's a pretty good effect against Paleozoics right there. We were just talking about Paleozoics. Although, are they a trap in the graveyard? Does it count? I don't know. You guys let me know if because especially someone as a monster. I don't know if the trap monsters count. You guys can argue about that and let me know because I really have no idea. But anyways, I think this card is definitely a really good card. At the moment, is there any deck that spams rank 8s? I mean, it's definitely not a bad card. At all. I know Sylvans maybe can bust out this guy. They also send cards to the graveyard. But I know with the new Lightsworn stuff, this card can be really good in Lightsworns because if you guys didn't know, the new Judgment Dragon kind of sits on board. It's a level 8, so that can definitely be a good card just to add in. You go for the double JDs, and then on top of that, you get to protect itself. And on top of that, monsters can't be special summoned from the graveyard, so it can stun your opponent. Even though with the Judgment Dragon, it'll bounce back mostly everything in the graveyard. Anyways, that could be considered counterproductive. Let me double check on this Judgment Dragon effect. Oh, what do they call it? I'm just gonna type in Lightsworn because okay, it's Punishment Dragon. Okay. I think it's an optional effect. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can pay 1,000 life points to shuffle. Okay, so yeah, that's an optional effect to shuffle everything back. But it is a level 8, and like if you go Judgment Dragon and blow up the board, then you summon him, you can hit for 6,000. But maybe if you're short a little bit with life points, you can just make this card one-shot your opponent because you have like, you know, a bunch of cards in the graveyard. This card can be pretty good, and it counts both. And it's not even like that difficult to like. There's no real difficult way of summoning it, or I guess I should say a hard way of summoning it in the Lightsworn deck. So I don't think this card's okay. But anyways, last up we have number 89, Computer Beast Diablosis. So anyways, it's level 7, 2800 attack, 1200 defense, Dark Psychic. Requires just 2 level 7 monsters. Once per turn, you get to detach 1 material from this card to look at your opponent's extra deck. Also banish 1 monster from their extra deck face down. At the end of your battle phase, if this card destroyed a monster by battle, you get to target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it face down. An opponent's card is banished face down. You can banish cards from the top of your opponent's deck face down equal to the number of their face down banished cards. You can only use effective number 89, Computer Beast Diablosis, once per turn. Hey, that's a pretty like anti-Pot of Desires card. So you banish 1 of them immediately. You can find out what they're playing. So like sometimes turn 1, and let's say Mermails, unless you're gonna like we can't really OTK them because if you're going first, they can't do damage really in that deck. But it lets you see what you're up against, which can be kind of nice. And then on top of that, you get to completely wreck certain decks. Some decks, they really need Norden to go off. Of obviously the new the Gem Knight fusion people use for the Brilliant fusion. You can get rid of that card, and a lot of them only play like 1 copy of it, so that can be pretty good. Especially with all the people using fusion. Substitute, I think this card is like great. It's a really great card that a lot of people will probably play if their deck has access to rank 7 monsters. And on top of that, if one of their cards is banished face down, you can banish cards on the top of your opponent's deck equal to the number. So like if they're playing a 40 card deck and they go for like 2 Pot of Desires, you can like deck them out. Like this card can be definitely a really good card. I think number 89 definitely has a place in the game for sure. But yeah, but I don't know what decks are super meta. I know Mermails is kind of still a deck. I don't know if it's the most like meta deck at the moment, but I definitely think number 89 is going to be a good card. But wow, guys, so many new cards. Let me know what you guys are most excited about. I'm excited about number 89 because I do like playing Mermails. And number 68, I'll definitely mess around. I think I have some room like a Lightsworn deck, and once that deck comes out, you know, a lot of people are going to be throwing lots of cards in the graveyard. Cool to see that we're getting support for Waters, also the Timelords. I'm excited that they supported that. But let me know what you guys' thoughts are on these cards below. Are any of them broken? You guys know crazy combos? Let me know it down below. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the gig, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you slap Diva over there and go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more Yu-Gi-Oh cards.